is Rick Fall. A couple years ago, I was on a radio program on Howard 101 on the Red Peters comedy show. I've been asked by a fellow YouTuber to show it to him or give him a link. I don't want to give the link, but first I'd like to say that this is no attempt at making any money, and that if I need to remove it, I will. And I'm just going to show little snippets. It's a radio program, so I'm just going to let you listen to little snippets. And Red Peters is a comedian, well known, got stuff for sale, redpeters.com, and on iTunes and all that. He's got a radio show on Howard 101. He's a comedy genius as far as I'm concerned, and he's cool enough to play one of my songs on his radio show. And I sent him stuff when he got his show, and I was real happy, and it was fun when he contacted me and played my little thing. And I'd like to thank Red for helping me out there. It was a thrill for me because I'm in the middle of nowhere, and he does Broadway type shows for comedy and all that kind of stuff, so it's kind of fun to hook up with somebody like that. Anyhow, it was a 4th of July show, and it's a comedy show, and so the song before my song was called Ann Coulter's, Ann Coulter's Snatch, something like that. And my song is Barack Obama's Cock. And it's a wonderful little song I wrote just as a gagged song, having some fun. Anyway, I'm going to play the very entrance of Red's show, and so you can hear it come on and hear Red talk, and then I'm going to play you just the intro of my song and the song and as it goes off, because I don't want to play Red's show. It's not mine. The song is the only thing that belongs to me, and Red is a professional and I am not. But he's a friend, and if you go to Red Peters Comedy Hour on YouTube and go in his favorites, you'll see a couple of my songs there. I even wrote him a song called She Wants Red Peters. But anyway, let's get to going. See what you can get.
About freedom in the American way, and about $25 blowjobs.
Like to play some really pretty chords and make people think that I'm gonna sing something really sweet, but then I'll sing about blowing someone.
Red Peters. Now, back to the Red Peters Show on Howard 101.
In the 5 years I've been producing my show, I've heard some pretty far out and extreme material.
Extreme and far out. Remember that.
But one politically
Later, the big 12-inch.
about a song he wrote, and I viewed.
Okay, folks, here it comes.
While on the subject of genitalia and politics, a listener, Rick Faw from North Carolina, contacted me about a song he wrote, and I viewed his video on YouTube and spoke to him on the phone shortly thereafter. Rick, how long did it take you to write this song?
About 20 minutes.
Uh-huh. And what was your inspiration?
Well, I was just trying to do my part, you know, for the ruler, since, you know, later, the big 12-incher there, you know, I had to write my little homage to it and make sure that in my little way that I had done all I could.
What do you mean by the ruler?
Well, you know, 12 inches is a ruler, and so they say the president's our ruler, so I take for granted that, you know, he's packing.
All right. Can you introduce your song for us?
Okay, this is Rick Fall, and this is my song, Barack Obama's Cock, a song for the master.
white man seen it, would he hang his head and cry? All the white girls want to know just how the rock is hung. They'll stand in line and spread behind, just let all give him some. They all put the president, say nothing could be cooler, and they all want to get 12 inches from the ruler. Just how big is the president's cock? Does it have to keep it in an athletic sock? And does it have to strap it down onto his thigh? If the white man seen it, would he hang his head and cry? It's so big. Look, Mama. No, no. They say if you go black, that you'll never go back. And I think there was a talking about a big dick in your crack. So America, grease yourself with your Vaseline. You're getting fucked with the biggest, blackest dick you've ever seen. Just how big is the president's cock? Does it have to keep it in an athletic sock? Does it have to strap it down onto his thigh? And if the white man seen it, would he hang his head and cry? Mama, look.
You gotta be shitting me. It's the Red Peters Show on Howard 101.
Well, there you go, folks. That was our adventure today. We'll have some more, hopefully. And Red, if you're out there, if I need to take that down, just shoot me a line. I'll jerk it off. Uh-oh, I'll jerk off. I'll jerk it off as fast as I can and all that wonderful stuff. And thank you again for giving me a play. Love you, man. And the rest of you. There you go, Joe.